Hello everyone. Today I'm bringing you another extract from a US Army Vietnam War era staff film report, this being Staff Film Report 66-42A, and this was filmed in September of 1966. So what I've done with these staff film reports is I've gone through them and I've extracted sections dealing with non-US forces in Vietnam, which I find particularly interesting. Now unfortunately the ARVN itself is not covered in any great detail. There is a video dealing with, or a section of one of the staff film reports dealing with the production of clothing for the ARVN, and I have extracted that and uploaded that to the channel separately elsewhere and uploaded it elsewhere for ease of reference. That is quite interesting. I did also find this section of footage which deals with the training of civilian irregular defence forces with US Special Forces. It shows the training regime within the Special Forces camp. So I thought this would be interesting to have a look at, and that's what we're going to have a look at now.
Dong Ba Tien, not far from Cam Ranh Bay, is the site of Camp B-51. This is one of the many Special Forces camps set up to train Vietnamese for the civilian irregular defense forces. The classes are taught by Vietnamese regulars, but men of the 5th Special Forces are always on hand to evaluate the instruction. The student soldiers begin by learning the operation of weapons and equipment they may be using in defense of their homes. Here, they practice assembling the HT-1 radio. Weaponry training at the school puts heavy stress on the hand grenade. At the nearby range, the men get plenty of experience in the technique of hurling a grenade for maximum distance and accuracy. They find it a potent weapon and quickly learn to take cover after cutting loose. At the rifle range, the students get familiar with a variety of light weapons, such as the BAR, under the watchful eye of Special Forces advisors. The men come from all parts of Vietnam and will return to their villages when the 4-week course is completed. Hand-to-hand combat techniques are an essential part of the training. The men are not only taught to fight, but also how to fall without injury or loss of control. These men were chosen for training because they are already leaders in their villages and will be better able to pass on their knowledge to others. In the last phase of training, the students begin field exercises. The purpose of this river crossing is to teach them how to keep their weapons and clothes secure in their ponchos. Starting to look like veterans, the men learn to camouflage themselves for a simulated ambush against aggressor forces. When these Vietnamese return to their villages, the VC may be in for a surprise.
So I do hope you found it interesting looking at this. The involvement of non-US forces in the Vietnam War is something I'm particularly interested in, not only those who were allied to the US and sent troops, but also, of course, the southern Vietnamese forces as well. And I think this is a topic which isn't covered in any great detail, really. There are resources out there, but it's not the mainstream coverage that you see with US involvement in the Vietnam War, which is a shame. It would be nice to have at least a decent English language documentary detailing the involvement of southern Vietnamese forces in their own war. It would certainly be interesting to see that. One channel on YouTube which I've found very interesting is Memory of South Vietnam, who are doing some excellent work in sort of documenting the ARVN's fight in South Vietnam. So that's worth going and having a look at, and I'll put a card in the corner of the video to that channel if you'd like to go and have a look at that. I recommend. It's very interesting, and do some blow-by-blow details of the battles primarily involving the ARVN, which is quite interesting, and I imagine that content will expand going forward. But that's one reason, as I say, I've looked at the staff film reports from the time and tried to pick out the footage which deals with non-US troops. We've had the Korean involvement to some degree shown as well, and the Philippines Civic Action Battalion has been covered previously as well, and there will be more of that sort of thing going forward. There are at least a couple more sections of footage I've found which I want to upload. If you'd like to see those, and indeed if you found this video interesting, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And whether you're newly subscribing or you've previously subscribed, please do make sure you hit the little bell, the notification button down below, and that will of course alert you when I upload future videos. That's everything for this video, so until next time, bye for now.